On April 15, the amount absorbed under reverse repo operations was 6.9 lakh crore. Earlier, what I had given about the system liquidity, that was net. That is the difference between the repo and the reverse repo. What I am now saying is one way of flow at the end of every day, how much flows from the system into the RBI through the reverse repo window. That has been in the order of, on April 15th, the RBI absorbed rupees 6.9 lakh crore through the reverse repo window. So that much of surplus was available with the system. Now, in order to encourage the banks to deploy these surplus funds in investments and loans in productive sectors of the economy, it has been decided to reduce the fixed rate reverse repo rate under the liquidity adjustment facility by 25 basis points from 4% to 3.75% with immediate effect. The policy repo rate, however, remains unchanged at 4.4% because that is a matter which is decided by the MPC, and also the marginal standing facility rate and bank rate, they also remain unchanged at 4.65%. Economic activity has come to a standstill during the period of the lockdown with consequential lingering effects which have unambiguously affected the cash flows of households and businesses. On March 27, the Reserve Bank had permitted lending institutions to grant moratorium of 3 months on payment of the current dues falling due between 1st March and May 31st. It is recognized that the onset of COVID-19 has also exacerbated the challenges for such borrowers even to honor their commitments which have fallen due on or before February 29, 2020 in standard accounts. The Basel Committee on Banking Supervision has taken cognizance of the financial and economic impact of COVID-19 and very recently announced that the payment moratorium periods, public or granted by banks on a voluntary basis relating to COVID-19 outbreak, can be excluded by banks from the number of days past due in respect of NPA recognition. Therefore, it has been decided that in respect of all accounts for which lending institutions decide to grant moratorium or deferment and which were standard as on 1st March 2020, the 90-day NPA norm shall exclude the moratorium period. That is, there would be an asset classification standstill for all such accounts from 1st March to 31st May 2020. Since March 27, 2020, when I spoke to you last, the macroeconomic and financial landscape has deteriorated precipitously in some areas, but light still shines through bravely in some others. On April 14, the IMF released its global growth projections, revealing that in 2020, global economy is expected to plunge into the worst recession since the Great Depression, far worse than what had happened during the global financial crisis. The IMF's economic counselor has named it the Great Lockdown, estimating the cumulative loss to global GDP over 2020 and 21 at around $9 trillion US, which is greater than the economies of Japan and Germany combined. Within this downturn, the projections are replete with even sharper declines in output in various countries. India is among the handful of countries that is projected to cling on somewhat tenuously to positive growth at 1.9%. In fact, this is the highest growth rate among the G20 economies as estimated by the IMF.